Hi guys, happy Sunday. Freddie B here. Thank you. Welcome to the vlog. Sorry I wasn't on yesterday. Didn't have anything to say. It's not over yet though, guys. It's not over yet, folks. Hang in there. It's a very, very tiny narrow. Look, I'm going to tell you, chances are Joe Biden's going to be president. I hate to say it. I don't want it to happen. I'm that guy. But it's going to happen. So, two things have to happen this week. We have to concentrate on keeping Georgia so that the Senate stays the majority Republican. If that doesn't happen, you will have a cascade of legislation that will be so progressively leaning left that the United States of America probably will no longer exist as you were brought up in it. Because these folks, with basically a lame duck president in Biden, waiting for Kamala Harris to become president. She'll be 47 unless Joe doesn't make it to inauguration. Then she'll be 46, if you see what I mean. But anyway, 46 and 47 are going to go bang, bang. So if that happens, guys, be prepared. Put your seatbelts on and, move to Florida. Now, one of the things Joe Biden would like to do is to shut down the planet for another 4 weeks. I do not see where shutting down this planet for COVID has really helped anything except extend the issue. We are not wide open in Florida. I try to take care of, and I know other people that I know, we take care of our fellow citizens by wearing masks when we are out in public. Except this afternoon when I go to Tiki Bar. It's very hard to drink beer through a mask. I could put a hole there, but that kind of defeats the purpose. So probably not going to do that. So I got to think about this vaccine distribution. If Pfizer is right, great timing again. Way to go, Pfizer. Gee, wonder, 1.9 million is not enough. It's guaranteed from the government. You don't have to do anything. No marketing expense, no nothing. And you get $1.9 million for your vaccine, plus probably whatever cost overruns you have. And that's just greed, Pfizer. And to sit there and hold back that very, very important information that might have helped President Trump get reelected, who knows? Too much went on. COVID was one of the best things the Democrats ever threw at the Republicans in terms of absolutely terrorizing the USA. So how are you going to distribute it? Well, far be it from me to use the path of least resistance and do the right thing. I took a thing today. There are 9,000 Walgreens. There are 4,756 Walmart pharmacies. And CVS comes in with 9,941, and then you can throw Rite Aid in with 25. So right there you've got close to 25,000 pharmacies spread out the United States. And of course, that's not all of them. So where should they distribute this? They should distribute it to the Walmart, the Walgreens, the CVS's, the Walmarts, the Rite Aids, whatever's out on the West Coast. That's where they should do it, and then they should take people who can give this injection. I do it myself. I take injections myself, not difficult to do. But they should assign people to individual things and set hours and say, you come in, you don't have to, anybody can come in, it's free. You fill out a form, boom, 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 and off you go. The easy part would be to give it to the Walgreens, the CVS's, and those folks and let them distribute it. They're already set up. But here's what they're going to do. I told you 2 months ago, I did 2 months ago. I was in Fort Lauderdale, and they were doing COVID testing. So they took a high school parking lot and basically transformed it with 20 tents, with 20 generators, with about 10 generators, air conditioners in every tent, and more cones than you could ever shake a stick at. And they set it up for 800 cars a day to come in and get free COVID testing in Fort Lauderdale. There were 5 sites there. Okay, why was I there? I do disaster. Okay, why was I there? I do disaster catering work. And guess what? We were the food service to take care of the 100+ people on that site that were going to do the COVID testing. You know what the average number of people who came through our site was per day? It was probably less than 100, and they set up for 800. So you can give stuff away for free, and people see no value in it. They never showed up. There was a line in the morning because there were a lot of people who thought, well, I better get in line because it's going to be lines out the door. Once those lines dissipate, you could have come any time of day. It really was kind of a shame. Government's doing their absolute level best in 5 places in a very densely populated area of Florida, Fort Lauderdale, to do COVID testing. They spent billions of dollars on that, and guess what? They got a few tests. That's it. Didn't help it, let you know whether you had it or not, and that was basically it. They want to do that same type of thing for this vaccine, and if they do that, they will spend another several $billion, and I'll tell you why they're going to do it. It's too easy and too cheap to send this vaccine to Walgreens, Walmart, CVS, and Rite Aid, and the others that I haven't mentioned. It's too easy to do it. The distribution centers are already set up. Those distribution systems are already set up. Better to use your National Guard and pay people way too much. The company that hired me was the Prime, and I don't know, but they were getting maybe $5 a cone per day. These orange cones that you see on the highway. They bought, for lack of a better term, a shit ton of them. And they were everywhere. There was a cone every foot. So there must have been 2,500 cones. Now think if you were the guy who was renting those cones to the federal government for $5 a day per cone. You would love it. So is this a money grab? Or are we going to try to help people? That's the question. But I can tell you, the best way to do this vaccine distribution is through these places that already have it. They would welcome it. You want to know why? Because the people that are standing in line for the vaccine might need toothpaste, toothbrush, soap, get some film, go get a bottle of water. Why do you think Publix supermarket, the best? Sorry for my Wegmans friends, still love Publix. You know what? They do a lot of their pharmaceuticals for free. Why? Because while you're waiting for your thing, you're zipping up and down the aisle. I can't get out of Publix for less than $100 a week, and I go there twice a week. I can't, and that's just me. And I eat out a lot. Anyway, so that's my deal on the vaccine. Now, I know why you tuned in, because you want to know what picks Freddie B's going to pick today so that you can bet against me, and I don't blame you at all. So I picked 5 games that are coming up, and I'm hopeful for the winners, but if my track record like last week was the same, maybe I'll get one for you. You know which one I want to win. So my games today, I got Texas against Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns. I like the Cleveland Browns because they're named after me. No, they're not. But I like the Cleveland Browns. I like their quarterback. Bucks Panthers. The Bucks and the Panthers. Okay, great rivalry. Who am I going to take? I have to take the Bucks. I live in the Tampa Bay area. And let's face it, we have the greatest quarterback who ever probably played the game in Brady. So, hated him as a Patriot, love him as a Buccaneer. Okay? One of my perennial favorite teams of all times. As so favorite, I'm going to sing you their theme. Hail to the Redskins. Hail victory. Braves on the warpath. Fight for old DC. So the Washington Redskins are playing the Detroit Lions. So I want the Redskins to win because I was born in Washington. Now, they're not my favorite team, and I don't like Daniel Snyder, but I can't believe they kowtowed. So I will always call them the Redskins because I love the Redskins. So call me a racist. I don't care. I've been called worse this week. Trust me. Chargers are at the Dolphins. Of course, I'm taking the Dolphins to his 3rd game. He's going to do good. He's won the first 2. We're going to keep winning. He's going to lose one, but he's not going to lose this one, I hope. So I'm with the Dolphins. Come on, defense. And finally, the Vikings from Minnesota against the Chicago Bears. Very tough game. And I'm going to pick this game based on the level of violence recently in both cities. But I must discount Chicago's normal weekend violence where the people who in the South Side go and kill other people. You know, the 30 or 40 shootings and the 5 or 6 or 7 deaths and the 1 child. So I'm going to take that aside. You know, remember, Black Lives Matter. Okay? But with the looting and everything like that, I really think the Vikings might have the better looting teams, better destruction in terms of downtown, and certainly the bigger brass balls to ask the president to give them a couple $1 billion to rebuild after they destroyed their town. Having said all that, I I got to go with the Bears. Don't know why, because a friend of mine's a Bears fan, and I want him to be happy because I'm probably going to be drinking beers with him today, and I don't need him to not be happy. It's not that we really watch football at all. It's kind of just up there, and we kind of look, because I'm not a fan of pro football anymore. I mean, Virginia won yesterday. I was kind of happy about that, although that school's, destroyed itself. It's the Harvard of the South. A lot of people say that in Duke. So does that mean they're as liberal as those idiots up there in New England? Yes, it does, and it's a shame. And then there is also, what else was, but Marshall did win. Did you see it? Did you see me try to do the same pose? I actually had to redo the video bit, because I forgot to talk about the Masters. So the Masters is heading into the third round. It started early. Dustin Johnson currently has a 2-point lead. He probably couldn't hold this lead. I don't see anybody behind him that has been in contention. Now let me double check. There's been a contention in the past where they could make a charge. There's a ton of pressure once you hit the back nine of Augusta, and the question is can Dustin hold on? He's won the U.S. Open and he's won a PGA, so he's been there. Cameron Smith, great guy. Sungji Im, great guy. Rory is currently 4 back. He's won this. He could make a run, and it might be interesting. If Dustin Johnson drops a point or two, or a stroke or two, and Rory picks up, he's on a roll. He's minus 3 or 4 for the day. He could do it. I don't see anybody else that's kind of close, unless everybody just collapses and my favorite Kevin Na comes through with the win. For your time, it was a pleasure talking to you today. I'll see you later. Hey, again, if you need to get your stuff moved, if your wife is screaming at you or your husband's screaming at you, and it says this place you look like a hoarder, and you're this room needs to go, this room needs to go, I want this. Call Junk Luggers in Sarasota. Give them a call. They'll come and take your crap so you don't have to. They do a really, really good job. I love them. And I can tell you, I've used them. I need to use them again because I do hoard a lot of stuff. So I try to separate the wheat from the chaff, keep the good stuff, throw out the rest. Junk Luggers, they do it right, they do it cheap. Give Tim a call and he'll take good care of you. And